fucking podcast Tuesday.
All right, everybody, we appreciate it. Thank you. By the way, we have somebody new behind the scenes. We were talking about it today, and we decided to fire Christian and Ming, and we got a new person behind the scenes. Why don't you go ahead and show yourself, our new producer? Oh, what's going on?
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Yo, what are you doing in my chair?
Oh,
it froze.
Oh, it's all good. All right, so he's making a special appearance tonight. What's going on, little man?
That was cool.
By the way, the picture quality is fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. You look great, bro. You look great, bro.
You look good.
So funny.
You look like you're graduating soon.
So funny.
So, all right, you ready?
Yeah, I guess so. You guys are ready to start the show. We got people watching. Anybody watching?
Yeah, we got people.
Yeah.
We got people watching.
All right.
Thank God.
My brain hurts. All right.
All right, ready? It's 20, right?
20.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people over the age of 18, we want to welcome you to the most entertaining, most intellectual, most comedic show that you can get entertained by two older men with great hair.
Yes.
This is Advice Unfiltered, episode what? It's 20 of season 2.
Yeah.
Woo!
You know what's nice? I'm in this camera frame, and it's like you have this I just got out the shower, sexy look going on.
That?
Look at you.
Look at that.
Look at you.
Like
Is that Ben Kapala?
That's Ben Kapala. This is Copala. Copala by Ben Rose.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yep.
So this one is too, but you definitely crushed it. I'm looking at the screen. So
it's funny, dude. I knew I crushed it when I walked out of my house, and there was a bunch of because it's summertime, so there's a lift that came to pick up a bunch of girls in my area, and they dropped off their mom or something. If we can, and there was like a bunch of young girls in the car, and I go walking by, and I get in the car. Avery gets in the passenger seat, and I get in the driver's seat. As I get in, I go driving by, and I look over at the car, and they're going, like,
yeah,
I must have pulled this look off today. I'm doing well.
Yeah, look, people reminded us before the show, and at the end when we wrap it up, you got to say your famous phrase. I'm already seeing it come across the. Yeah, he's got great hair, doesn't he? It looks good
we all
today.
have great hair. It's a household full of people with great hair here.
It's really what it is.
You know what I mean? We got Christian with the great hair. Tony's got great hair. Avery's got great hair. Regina's got great hair. Your dog.
A dog is definitely got great hair.
Yeah.
All right. So, thank you everybody for joining us as always as Advice Unfiltered. If you're new, shout out to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. But as always, the place to watch us is YouTube.
Yes.
So if you comment and want to be part of the show and write in all that great stuff, you could jump right onto the YouTube channel. You just go to youtube.com and look for Advice Unfiltered with Chris and Tony. You have to click the live tab. That's the only thing you got to do. And if you do that, you can find us there live, which is awesome, and be part of the show.
Absolutely.
And so as always, behind the scenes, he is here. He is running the show. He's back. And I believe you're back next week too, right?
I'm back next week.
It's a big show next week.
We have a big show next week.
Big show next week.
You guys, what's up?
What have you been up to, man? We missed you too. What have you been doing?
Some really cool, amazing shit that I literally legally cannot talk about yet.
I come on this show, and the two of you, I feel like I have to have NDAs to work with.
Yeah, I know,
so
right?
it's like I never know.
How you doing that good? Would you do that? Nothing.
But I saw you on.
I did something. No.
Weren't you with? No, I was not.
Yeah, right? Maybe, possibly. You'll see later.
Weren't you with none of your business?
None of your business.
None of your business.
Well, this is a crazy busy month for us. So, and all good. Right, and you're always busy. Anything new? What's going on in your world?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What's going new in my world? I don't know. Anything? I don't know. I think this week has been quiet. What's that? Oh, that's why we relate.
Which chapter was it?
I beat Yellowbrow.
Oh, did you?
That's why we relate. I know. I lost track of time, and I was like, and then we freaked out. We stayed and watched the cinema. And I was like, oh no, we gotta go.
You're like, let's go.
Yeah, that was cool. So I don't know. I chilled this weekend. We hung out. Me and Avery hung out. We went to the
chapter
beach.
4.
Chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
Yeah, we went to the beach. That was it, man. We're just doing the dad thing and the adulting thing. You know,
Little Blue got bubbles.
Blue bubbles.
Bubbles are the best, man.
Blue bubbles on the beach.
Yeah, there's nothing better. My whole childhood is built around growing up at the beach. It was the best. Yes. So every time you tell me you guys are going to beach, I always get you. I love it.
Good.
I don't get to go as much now, but
yeah, you can stop over.
Yeah, well, I actually would. I will be going to beach. That was my mission this morning, so I will see you guys more for sure.
Good.
And as for us, there's just Tyler. Let's see, Tyler graduated. Or no, I'm sorry, Tyler 2 proms. Turned 18 all in the same week.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
Dude.
And I can't. I mean this honestly. I went to sleep. He was 18 away at the prom, So, you know, what other cool, they got an Airbnb that looks like it was somebody built like an indoor pool, a golf course, VR setup, pool tables. There was like, I think there was like 40 kids and like one set of parents. Wow. Kudos to whoever those parents were.
Kudos to those parents.
And for taking on the liability of an Airbnb in the Poconos. So I'm sleeping, and at midnight my phone rings. And of course, you know, it's only a couple of people I can get through. Yeah. So I immediately pick up the phone and I see him and I go, oh, like, is he, what happened? You know, it's my first thought. I'm like, what happened? And I pick up the phone. I go, hello. He goes, I'm a man.
I'm 18. I'm a man.
And I go, and I'm like, I was like, oh, happy birthday. And I go, at first thing I said to her, are you drunk?
That's fucking great.
And he's like, no, I just know I wanted to call. Your dad called you on midnight all the time. And he's like, so I wanted to call you at midnight and tell you it's my birthday. Oh, it was awesome.
That's cool.
But you'll appreciate this. It was like, I was like, yeah, awesome, buddy. Like, have fun. Literally, so I was like, yeah, it's all. I'm like tired. I'm like, so I put the phone down and I go to lay back down. And then 16, 17 years of being, you know what I mean, working through this, like hit me like a ton of bricks. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, he lives with me. He's 18. Yeah. He called, like all of it like comes rushing in. Yeah. And it was just overwhelming. And then I just pick up my phone and I'm like, do I call him? And then I just was like, I was like, I'll send him a text message and I'll call him in the morning. And I sent him a really heartfelt text message, but it didn't register. And then all the next day, it's all it did was sit in my head that he's 18.
I think that's something me and you can have a blessing about, right? That we can look as a blessing, right? Because so like most, you know, thankfully, God bless, you know, most married couples stay together and they raise their kid together, right? And so they kind of take for granted that they see their kid every day, and they get to have those moments every day. You know what I mean? So I see a lot of people going, "Oh, I can't," you know, that are full-time parents together. That they look for the moments more of when they're not with their kids, than they do when they're with their kids, right? I think because both of our situations and both the things that we've been through to be fathers, we just have a better appreciation. I'm not saying maybe
we missed a lot of time.
Yeah, we missed a lot of time, so we have a better appreciation of the time that we have.
Yes,
and we're very grateful and thankful for those moments. And I think they hit us harder.
Oh, I think they
just hit us harder. You know what I mean?
And that's what it was. Is like I didn't like I put the phone down and I was like, I had that, like, to your point, probably like, oh, I'm an everyday parent. And as I put the phone down, I'm like, wait a sec, like he's only lived with me for like 3 years. His whole life I've never had this moment. And I'm the first person he called. I just like still till I can't. It's a lot to take in.
No, it's great, man. But, congratulations.
Yeah. So, and I just, you know, it's like I think of those things, and then I always think of you guys because I know like the journey that's come in and all those good things. So
we you know,
we don't want to be 18 too quick.
No, don't go too fast. He's already moving fast enough. Yeah,
but then you know but then literally the next day he's here. He went away for a couple of days, which is great. He comes back and it's like, and then he was rolled in college, and I was looking at his schedule, and he's talking about going into the union, and we're going, and literally he's like, are you okay? And I was just sitting there like, those like words hit me in the face. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I got it, buddy. And then he left, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking at, you know, and then literally, this is the weirdest thing, and that you're probably a few people to appreciate this, but it's like, I'm sitting there, and I'm like staring at all this stuff, and I've been waiting for that moment for like ever, and I don't even know how to process it. And then my phone starts like dinging, and it's Google, and it goes, hey, you know, now you can take your son off your account. And then it's the bank. And it was like, hey, your son's 18. So now you don't need to like all these. I'm getting all these 18 messages like, oh, now you don't have to sign for all this stuff. And I'm like, so I don't know. It won't hit. It hasn't sunk in, but it's a little frightening now that I'm like, I have him. And now in my head, the only thing I can think of is how long is it before and rightfully so, that next, and I hopefully not anytime soon. And I would never wish this on, but it's like that. Oh, hey, I'm getting a part of my friends.
Oh yeah,
like you know those.
No, well, it's not even that. It's going off to college.
Yeah, just all that.
Going off to college, right? He's going off to college, going off to school, or getting that apartment with his friends, and freaking. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like Isaiah was supposed to come up. His birthday is the 26th of June, and he was supposed to come up for his birthday, and he's not now because he's getting a place in July. And I know this for a fact that once he gets that place in July, it's going to be harder
to see him,
mm-hmm. right? he's not going to have that free time as much because now he's got bills. Now he's got adult things to do. You know what I mean? So, but at the same point in time, like, you know, I remind myself that was our job. That's our job. Like, our job as parents is to make sure they can live on their own and they can be successful and they can handle life. And then, so him doing all that just is a win. It's a win. I look at it as a win. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks, you know, but it's a win that he's able to do that. And he's able to, like, you know, live on his own and take care of himself and have the confidence to do that and the responsibility to do all that. You know, it means I did a good job. And the same for you, bro. You did a good job.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We both will have this moment where we're like, and I know you had it with Isaiah now, especially, and then you'll have it again where it's like things could have went off. Things could have been drastically different for him if we weren't, you know, it's the way that we are in our kids' lives have been, you know, just focused on the things that matter, focusing on us, not, you know, a lot of things that we talk about on the show. I'm thankful to we talking about this today because it is really, it's apropos for all of you who watch the show to understand that we talk about these things and we're living them. So like we're watching an actual one of the people we talk about being a better parent and not talk bad about the other person and all these things that we get, which will lead into about crazy messages on social media. And I screenshotted some stuff, by the way, for you. I was doing it before you got here. And, you know, and people are like, you know, it's like, oh, well, you don't understand. And no, it's the one thing I want to jump through social media and like legitimately strangle some people. And like, oh, you don't understand. You don't have a horrible ex. And I'm like, like, what?
No, no, I didn't have a horrible exes ever.
No, it's like, no, we definitely don't understand.
Fucking don't get that at all.
No, it's okay. No. So, and so a lot of those comments, like of posts I was reading, and I'm going, no, we get it. That's why we're trying to share it with people because we like you have Isaiah, Tyler comes right behind it. We have Avery. We are living proof of what we're talking about. We're telling you, this is be the bigger person, and whatever excuse you write on social media, I'm gonna be honest with you, is garbage. It's fucking garbage. Yeah. So, which leads me to the next thing about social media and Christian. So in the Today folder, if you don't mind, I have a couple clips saved. So
video clips?
No, they're just static images. So they're just static images. If you could upload them, they're literally go into the Today folder.
Yep.
And you'll see I screenshot. It just says 1, 2, 3. That's the downloads folder. So go into today.
There we go.
And it's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Yeah. So Chris, you did a beautiful thing, a wonderful thing. June is Men's Mental Health Month, and
so
by the way,
that again.
June is Men's Mental Health Month. And by the way, what I really appreciate about your post is this is what like originally first thing I saw. You're not even on it. Like it's legitimately, you found an amazing story that if someone just sat back and looked at the story and listened to it, I do not know how anybody could not look at that story and be like, that's a great message. It resonates. It's awesome. And then the internet.
Welcome to the internet.
Then the internet decided like, let's throw some, like, let's just talk stupid. Right.
Yeah,
so Chris called me immediately and was like, do you see this? And I was like, I do. And I don't even know. So we decided to screenshot some of our favorites. And we're going to share them. We're going to share in the segment we called, I like to be politically correct, but I'm not. This segment's called You're Retarded. And that's what, I don't care. That's what the segment's called. Yeah. You are special. Yes. So can you please pull up, I'm bringing the word back. I'm not talking about anybody.
Don't say it online. We're going to keep
I won't say anymore.
Yeah, we'll say it loud.
Okay. Can you bring up number one?
Okay.
Let's bring up number one. Men made up the word man up. Not being funny. Why do they need a mental health month?
No, what the fuck do they need? It's not even why. It's what the fuck they need a mental health month for.
Yeah.
Women are the ones who have to push rugby-sized babies out an inch of their whole body, have periods that last 3 weeks each month, go through menopause for 10 years. We're the ones that grow a human inside of our bodies and carry two for 9 months, putting our careers on hold and not allowed to drink alcohol and certain foods, when they are in our nipples. Sucked raw to try to feed our babies, and then the men can happily carry on their lives as normal, not sacrifices a part of their body for their job or their jobs. And then they get up and leave us with 3 kids and a baby and for another woman on top. So this whole comment here is a person scorned, right?
Yes.
So
clearly person scorned.
Person scorned, right?
Yes.
So I want to preface this back to what this is about. I know. What's up, Buzz? So I put a post up that all it was statistics about men's health. That's all it was, about how men.
It was a beautiful post.
It was about a guy who was walking across the country barefoot for mental health. And he was, doing it to show the sacrifice it takes, the mental work it takes, and he was hugging people, men along the way. But all it was statistics. It wasn't a comparison. It wasn't a competition. It wasn't saying one needs it more than the other. It wasn't saying that mental health is important for everybody. Any of that stuff. I do want to also just start this up with just saying that here's a sad fact. Okay, if I asked you right now, what came first, Juneteenth, Pride, or men's mental health? What came first?
Well, I would say Pride came first, right?
What do you think, Christian?
Juneteenth.
I think Juneteenth is
What do
relatively
you
new.
think, Avery?
Men's mental health.
Men's mental health. Men's mental health came out in 1992.
Yep.
Pride came out in 1998. Juneteenth was created in 1865, but didn't become a holiday until 2021.
I know that was the last one.
Right. So it was the last one. So men's mental health has been around longer than Pride Month, than Juneteenth, than any other thing that goes on besides Father's Day in June. The reason men's mental health is picked for June was because Father's Day is in June. It wasn't to be biased. It wasn't to be sexist. It wasn't to be misogynistic. It wasn't saying that men needed it more than anybody else. It was just bringing acknowledgement that men hurt themselves more than anybody else. And I need women to understand. I just need people to understand that yes, you guys give birth to babies. And yes, you guys sacrifice a lot, and nobody is taking that away from you. Not one person. I give you mad props for everything you women do. I look at you as equals, 100%. I never compare myself to a woman. I will never tell you you can't do something I can't do unless it's benching 315. And that's why, because a lot of men have a hard time doing that too, right? So that's it, right? So what I want to preface about this, because at first I was really upset. I was really mad. I was really pissed off, and I wanted to come in this firing hot, right? I wanted to be like raw, and then I sat back and I thought about it, and I see where you're coming from. I understand that a lot of you are hurt. A lot of you are hurt by men, and a lot of you have been have this idea of what men are based on social media and based by this narrative that's been going on for about 40 years about men doing all this stuff that's wrong. I can tell you it's not all men. I can say that 100%. And I also need you to understand something, that a lot of men feel like they don't matter because their kids are taken from them, because they get kicked out of the house. Divorce between a man and a woman is the highest divorce rate out of any marriage group, right? Now I need you to hear this, because this isn't my opinion, but it's facts. Women file divorce almost 80% more than men do.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, the highest divorce rate is lesbian couples.
Well, that's probably true.
No, it is true.
Is that true?
It's definitely true.
Lesbian couples? All
Oh,
right,
yeah, it's true.
So
by the
I was
way.
wrong about that. So it's lesbian
I'm
couples.
not correcting. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It just.
But the ones who file divorce are women.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And men end up having to pay alimony, and they end up paying child support, and end up having to pay 2 jobs, and then they feel like they don't matter, and they're made to feel like they don't matter in kids' lives, and that's why their suicide rate is higher. That's why, and I'm not blaming anybody. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand. I want you to have compassion, and I want you to have empathy, and I want you to have a free space, because we all talk about this. Men are more violent. Men, do more violent things. They're more of a repressor. Blah blah. You want to change all that. If you want to change all that, if it truly means something to you, you're not playing victim, and you're not trying to play that you're better and being competitive, then you have to 100% create that safe place and support men getting the mental health that they need and the therapy they need. And you have to make it a safe place to do that. I put that post up out of good faith, out of good faith that my following would understand where I was coming from, being a man who survived all that, right? That survived all those negative thoughts. I thought they would understand that. I couldn't believe the reaction that I really got. And it wasn't just me. 6'7" put his post up too on his page.
Yeah.
And they attacked him on his page too.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of hurt people. There was a lot of hurt women. And what I also noticed too, if I did it statistically wise, it was younger women that had this negative outlook on men.
Yeah.
If I had to put it in a category, so like I posted that on Instagram and I posted that on Facebook. Now my Facebook following is an older following than my Instagram following, right?
Yeah.
And I got nothing but positive feedback on my Facebook page. I totally got a positive feedback on it, right? freaking on my Instagram page, I got more negative pages, and I have a younger group of people on there. And what that showed me is that there's really this anger and this narrative that's saying it's all men. And I just need you to hear me and say it's not. It's not all men. There's a lot of good men out there that want to be fathers, that want to be in a family, that want to do the right thing. And unfortunately, like for me, I was just trying to do the right thing. And what ended up happening when that happened, I thought about taking it down. I thought it'd be about shutting up because I'm not trying to fight with anybody.
Oh yeah, you called me. We were talking about it.
I was thinking about taking it down and not talking about it and just shutting up and letting it go. But the problem is if I don't say something about it, then nothing changes. You can't point the finger, man, and say it's your fault, and then tell them you're not going to help them, that you're not going to get help for them, that they don't matter, that it's a competition. I can't believe how many people made it a competition on there. Yeah. Women attempt it more than men do, but men succeed at it more than women do. I'm like, what is? And then they were saying that women don't do it because they have the kids. Well, then it goes back to the whole point where the men don't feel like they matter, and they feel like, you know what I mean? Like Tony, both of me had our kids taken from us.
Yes.
We both had to fight to be in our kids' lives. It could have went very differently for both of us. And I was at that point where it could have very, very easily not even been here. And the only reason I am is because that kid over there is sitting there watching this whole thing. And the reason I speak out about men's mental health, and I will die on this hill, is because I have 2 boys. And I want my 2 boys to be healthy, to know that they have the freedom to be men and be good men, and be able to have that chivalry, have that integrity, and have those values of being a good person and understanding and compassionate, right? But to have that, if you really want equality, then you have to do the same thing. You have to. And I know it's hard. I know it's difficult, especially because the narrative all over the world right now is it's all men's fault and blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because my grandfather said that in 1992. He told me at a Denny's in Florida, I'll never forget it, that you're going to be made to feel like everything's your fault and you're guilty for a whole bunch of stuff that you never did. And he's true. It was totally true. I thought he was crazy, but he was right. We're not here to debate who needs it more. We're not here to say it's one side or the other, or it's one group or the other. We're here, man, because we want to address that everybody needs help. And there's people that need help. We're going to stand up and speak for them. That's why we're going to that charity event on June 11th. We're going to that charity event to help those kids out who lost family members, because it's a good thing. It's the right thing to do. And the right thing to do if we want to stop men from hurting people, stop men from hurting women. If you want to stop all that, then we have to have that ability to be able to talk about it and be able to have us speak about men's mental health and have a safe place to do that.
You look at, first off, the thing that you said is largely, because there's a couple more we'll show, but here's the first, what you said is the home run. Hurt people.
Yes. And
what it is you have people who got hurt and they have a tendency to generalize.
Yes. And
that's the problem. It's like, even with politics and every social media, we get served in our algorithms the extremes.
Yes.
Right. As guys, we get online and we see these women who only want this and they got to have this and they want this. And then women get on and see the manosphere. And like most people in the middle want the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. Happy home, roof over their head, healthy kids, and a good life. Right. And what happens though is, when you have, like, for that lady, I read in it exactly what I thought, the same thing. A guy left her.
Oh, yeah. Now, it was totally scored by a guy.
Now, I read the comment. I don't know. I mean, maybe she chased him away. I don't know. I'm not even trying to be funny about it.
Here's the other thing too, right? So I noticed a lot of people that were making comments on there rejecting because they either don't have a man or didn't have a father figure in their life. I think a lot of people that I saw on there were raised by moms who were angry.
Yes.
Raised by generational anger towards men. And I believe that. You can fight me all day about that. We can debate about it if you want, but I think you have a lot of men that have scorned the moms, and the moms raised their kids to believe that men are bad. I know I'm almost guilty of it. When I talk to my sons about girls, I put this idea in their head, they have to be careful. I'm guilty of it. I'll own that shit. Freaking. But I think women do it too, right? And it's good. It makes sense, right? Like if you've been hurt by a man. So why wouldn't you tell your child to be careful, right? Why wouldn't you tell your child that you have to watch out? Men just do this. Like somebody just made a comment out there that most married men are at the bar. I could say the same thing about women. I see women at the gym flirting with dudes. I see women at the gym that are flirting with dudes that are married all the time.
All the time.
Like freaking. So it's not just men. You know, it's women too. It's a human thing. It's a
human thing.
It's a human thing. That's my biggest thing. Like, it's not a liberal thing. It's not a Republican thing. It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's not an ethnicity thing. It's not an Asian thing, a Russian thing. It's a human thing. This is a human experience, which is flawed on both sides. That you need to understand that you are not perfect, right? No. And you're not always right. Like, it is okay to not be right. And just because you're the loudest one on the page making the rudest comment doesn't mean that you're right. It doesn't mean it's okay either. We're
good examples of the fact that we got the short end of the stick. And by the way, I'm not even saying if I went back in time, I was like this great husband who like got scored. But me and you both had we could have been assholes to everyone we dated. We could have been total dicks. We could have badmouthed our exes. We could have made our kids' life worse. But we're really good examples of people that go, that's not true of every woman. That's just a situation I was in. Maybe I wasn't smart enough. Maybe, and I say this all the time about my own wife, I needed to grow up and be a better man, and then I found a better woman.
Yes. And that's where the accountability comes into play, right? A lot of people want to point the finger.
Yes.
Say it's fucking men, fucking misogynistic, fucking blah, 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 blah. But, you know, is it you? Like, is it like, I talked to a girl the other day. And she said that she's having problems finding men, that men don't approach her, men don't talk to her. She's having a hard time, you know. And I said, you know why? Because men are afraid to talk to women. You know, all you see all over the internet is women going, oh, why that? Well, you know, this guy's staring at me. This guy's talking to me. And I've seen him and before social media, even before social media, when I used to bartend, I would see dudes go, hey, I'm going to buy that girl a shot over there. Go get her a shot for me. And I'm like, do you know her? And they're like, no. I'm like, then you're wasting your time, bro. I'm like, go talk to her before you buy her a shot. Because what she's going to do is when you get that shot, she's going to look over you and go, and then do the shot and then go back to talking to her friend. You know what I mean? She's not going to care about talking to you, you know? And so it's not just one side has made it difficult for us to meet. You know, you got to take accountability. You know, women blast men all the time. You know, if a guy's not attractive and he goes up and talks to her, they go, ooh, that guy's creepy. You know what I mean? They make it unapproachable, even on a friend level. Yeah. You know, sometimes guys just want to be your friend. That's the God's honest truth. I have a lot of friends of mine at the gym that are women, and they're literally just my friend. Yeah. Free kid. You know what I mean? That's it. It's okay. It's all right. You know what I mean? To have that communication. Again, we are all human. We are 100% human, and you are not perfect. You are flawed also. And part of your journey is being able to understand that on an empathetic and compassionate level, to be accountable and not just point the finger and tell men to shut up and suck it up and stop being pussies. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. Like, you just can't. Like, I literally put that post up in good faith just to show that because I'll die on this hill. I don't care. I literally lost 2,000 followers when I put that post up. Yeah. I lost 2,000 people stopped following me on Instagram because I put that post up about men's mental health. What does that say? Like, that shouldn't have been. It wasn't offensive, but it is something that needs to be addressed. If we want women to stop getting hurt, right, and we want to stop men from raping or hurting or abusing women, then we have to, as a group, be able to talk about it and be able to stop it from happening, right, and stop hurting people. You know, it's the only way it's going to work. You can't just shut them up. You can't just say me, and no, I don't care what you feel because it's your fault. You can't say that. Yeah. It makes no sense.
Well, why would you? First of all, like, here's the bigger part, which I think you start to learn. It's interesting when you think about it, but we all need each other. That's just the way it is. First of all, men and women are completely different. No, you can't tell me we're the same. We can all do the same things. We can't. And it's supposed to be that way. And that's the beauty of being a man and a woman, whatever you want to be. It's amazing that a woman can give birth. It's amazing that childbirth happens. It's a miracle that you grow something in your body that has life. And it's amazing on our end that we can't do that, but we're here to protect and provide. And that's amazing. But just because you were scorned one time, or you picked a bad person, or you were in a bad relationship, and now you want to go point the finger, you're part of the problem.
Exactly. That's so different than saying one white guy hit a person that was of ethnicity. You can't hate that white guy, or a black guy jumped the white dude. You can't.
No.
Like I've been beat up by all races. Like I've been attacked by all of them. Like, and I've been attacked by men, women, freaking. I've been attacked by them all equally.
Yes.
So like
Equal
you can't.
opportunity.
Yeah, I've got equal opportunity ass with my people. You know what I mean? Like I've been there, right. But you have to understand. There's a reason that it's a man and a woman. It's not so we fight. It's not so we constantly are hurting each other. The reason there's a man and a woman, and not, if we can, more than anything else, is so that we learn from each other. We need you, so we learn to be compassionate and not be those Neanderthals that are breaking shit and just fucking doing stuff. Like, we need you to understand that stuff. On the flip side, you need us to be logical and to be those people those things that aren't, always emotionally connected, to balance each other out. That's what it's all about. It's about learning from each other and growing as together. And I can't say this enough. The more you push on something, anything, you create this wall of force that pushes back, and there's no peace then. It's just one force pushing each other. And I want to see a point where we can all sit in a room. We can have a nice conversation and not feel threatened and not feel like I have to be right or I have to be the loudest person in the fucking room. Let's just talk and understand each other, and I think that's just the best way to approach everything. Again, I know I came out, I was hot. I told Tony to copy. I was going to come in your house.
Pull up the other, and we won't read them all, but just pull up the other three. Because it was like nuts, but I guarantee you, Ivan, you read them. Most were harmed by men or patriarchy. Okay. So go to the next one. Men have it so easy. Okay.
And yeah, men have it so easy. They still can't handle it.
Last time I checked on the Titanic, we were the ones that went down. Get off the lifeboat there, Leo. Remember, Leo couldn't get on the door. Fucking Rose. And what's the next one? It's embarrassing, right? It's another capitalism patriarchy thing. You can take it down. It just goes to show you that I can't figure out, and I think we need to get to a better place. We all need each other. And why is it so hard to just say that? Why is it so hard to say, I'm so comfortable being like, I'm a better man because I met a great woman and the woman I wanted to be better for her. I wanted to be better for my kids. And the other thing I always think about is this, like the woman who had the 3 kids. So if you hate men, is one of your kids a boy?
Well, that's the other issue too, right? So we get into that also. That's the other issue too, is then you're raising boys that are hurt, right? So here's a fun fact. You want a fun fact?
Fun fact.
I study serial killers. I study serial killers and see how most of them, I would say a good 98% of them, had really abusive mothers. And they took that abuse that happened to them out on other people.
Yeah.
And started with Ed Gaines. You go all the way from Ed Gaines to freaking, Casey. You go all the way down the road there. There's a lot, So I'm not saying it's all, but I'm saying there's a good proportion of these men that go out there and hurt women that were hurt by mothers, or were made to feel like they didn't matter, right? And that's the other thing I have to take into consideration too. 32% are raised by women, right? 30% of men are raised by women, according to some statistic, right? So if it's all men, then who's raising those men? Again, that's not. I'm not trying to point fingers, but I'm just trying to say that again, it's not about one group. It's about all of us doing the right thing. It's about all of us taking responsibility, and being like, all right, man, listen, my ex-wife told me to kill myself. Told me that my kids would be better off if I was dead. My other ex hit me with a car on my 30th birthday and dented her car. I had another ex that kicked me straight in the balls with steel-tip boots. I had 5 of them cheat on me with friends of mine. I've had some terrible fucking relationships.
And he still loves women.
And I still love women. I still think you guys are amazing. I still think you guys are we need you. I was talking to a bunch of women the other day. I said nothing's going to change in this world until men soften women's hearts. And if we can soften women's hearts, then men will soften too. Because again, I can't explain this enough. I can have a guy tell me I'm a piece of shit and somebody go fuck off. And I don't internalize that shit. I don't sit there and think about it every day in my head and go, oh, he might be right. No, instead I think the other thing around. Like, I'm going to fuck that dude up. Like fucking, like I was like, I will show him, right? But if a woman, somebody I respect, somebody I care, somebody I know, tells me I'm a piece of shit, tells me that I fucked up and I'm a terrible person, I will internalize that hard. And I will keep that so close to my heart that it fucks up my head. And I know for a fact I'm not the only man like that. So you women control a lot. You have a lot of power over how men behave and how men act and the raising the men and all this stuff. You guys have a lot of that, right? So I need you, if we want to raise these men to be better, then we need to have that compassion. We need to have that understanding. We need to have that freedom for them to be men and not made to feel like they're villainized before they're even have a chance to get hair on their balls. You know what I mean? Before they even get a chance to actually be men, you know, and that's what I saw in that post. So I want to say for men, I'm sorry for all of you that have been hurt by men, but I'm telling you now, the only way that's going to change is if you want that to change in a positive way for men to have the freedom to be men and have that opening to be able to have that space to be able to talk and say things like I'm stressed out, I'm burned out, I'm tired, you know, and have that freedom to do things. If you do that, it'll change. I guarantee that, you know, but you can't do it alone. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last thing is, and then, you know, we'll move beyond this one is what I think the other takeaway is could you imagine if me and you took the thing that happened to us and then, you know, and then generalized it? What happens? I go back to what happens to your kids. So now Tyler's 18. Now he's a shitty guy and he's a shitty person to women.
And he thinks he's not anything better than that.
Yes.
Right. Like that's who he's supposed to be.
So if you're hurt, I understand. I'm not saying everybody's hurt. Like I can understand fully because what happened to you, right? Well, the worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. But at some point we can't keep passing down this hurt to our kids. Because even if we can't get past it, what's the next generation going to do? And what's the next generation going to do? The fact that I look at me and Chris and we have our sons, easily we could have turned around and this whole situation could have been different. But we chose to look internally at ourselves and we did not generalize against other women and our lives are better for it. And I understand how difficult that might be. But if you're just out there spewing hate, you're part of the problem. And it breaks my heart when I see that you have kids. Because then I'm like, oh, so this is just gonna continue, right? So it was crazy.
See, somebody just didn't listen to what I said right there. Yeah. Somebody you literally didn't hear what I said. You said generalization hurts everybody. I said generalize. I literally just said that.
Yeah,
I literally just said I'm not generalizing anybody. I think we should all take each other on an individual basis.
Yes,
you know, and individual experiences, right? Because we all have different experiences. Yes, we all learn the same life lessons, but the only way the world gets safer and gets better is if you don't have a hard heart. You know, if you don't have that, if you have to stop hurting people. Like, you just have to stop hurting people. You just have to get that. You have to get that. You have to heal. You know, that's part of your growth. Understand something. When somebody hurts you and they put you in a spot where you feel really hurt and you're really upset, that is your opportunity to grow. That is your opportunity to become stronger. And that is your opportunity to become a better person, not a spiteful person, not an angry person, not a person that needs to hurt other people. That is your opportunity to grow as a person and you know, learn from those mistakes so that you pick a better person, you know, like a Tony, you know?
Yeah. I say it all the time. You guys hear me say it on the podcast all the time. I have grown tremendously by looking at me. And I have not been in the best relationships and I'm not been the best person, but I also look at it sometimes and go, I didn't pick the right person. So it's on me. And I want to do better for my son. And literally actually you could ask my wife, but my wife will say this day, the day I met her, I never forget it. The day I met her at a friend's house and they had a bunch of kids there and I didn't know who she was because they were like blind date introducing us. And there was a woman playing with a ton of kids that like loved her. And then she came over and it was my wife and she goes, introduced herself. And I remember being like, oh, the kids love her. I'm like, oh, I might've found like the right person, you know? So
and there's good people out there. You know what I mean?
People.
There's really good people on both sides, you know? And I think again, if you really want to make the world a better place, and you got to stop generalizing everybody. It's not just everybody. It's just certain people, you know, and it's got to be better at picking people out. You gotta get a better people picker.
You know, it's sad if you take that conversation and expand it out across all the walks of life, especially here in the States. Not every police officer is bad. Not every group of people are bad. Yeah. Not every guy, or girl,
not every
Republican,
liberal,
Democrat,
not every conservative, not every freaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not all of them.
No.
If you take a piece of all of them, we'd have, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. Like, that's what America's supposed to be. I just want to throw it out there. America's supposed to be. We take the best parts of each group, and we combine it together to make a whole really good group, right? So we take a little bit of everybody. You know, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit, little African, a little white, and we mix it together. We make a really good dessert.
Yeah.
I like
Sounds
dessert.
good.
I like desserts.
Little Neapolitan ice cream, baby.
Neapolitan ice cream. That's right.
So outside that, I'm glad. First of all, that in a weird way, I'm totally glad it happened, and I'm 100% happy to take it down.
Like I said, like I told you before, I think it was a great opportunity to actually talk about this at a better note. And you know, I will die on this hill. I don't care if I lose every follower I got, if they want to cancel me, but I'm a firm believer that you know, this month's highly important for men to have a voice, because we don't talk, and we do need a spot where we can feel like we can talk, right? So that way we don't hurt people or ourselves, right? And so thank you to everybody that supports that, and thank you everybody that speaks up, and thank you to 6'7" for having the balls to repost it. Love you, bro. That's good stuff. I mean, I reached out to a bunch of influencers to do it. Like I reached out to a bunch of people that I see talk about mental health and all this stuff, and 6'7" was the only one that had the balls to actually fucking put it up. So shout out to you, bro. From one man to another. Yeah, much love. Yeah.
And on that note, we got some cool things we are doing Thursday. On a much better note, oh, by the way, real quick, there's one other picture in that little folder because I knew this was going to go off the rails a little bit, and I wanted to bring us back home. I saw this, and this goes back. It should just be the kid. Right there. I love it. This is going to be a good one. The first athlete with Down syndrome completes an Ironman.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Oh, it was so
that is
good.
Amazing.
It was so inspiring today.
I love that.
If I knew the computer wasn't crashed, I would have had the video. I just screenshot it.
See, that goes back to what we talked about last week, man. There's no excuse.
Yes.
There's no excuse. It's just about a priority. Is your health important to you?
Yes, I saw that. That's
amazing. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, I thought we'd bring it back.
Dude, that's like that guy, that crippling Drew guy I talked about who was 16 years old. Had this idea of a hot sauce that you create your own hot sauce and thing. And his teacher told him it was a stupid idea. It would never work. And the kid's a paraplegic, and now he has a really good company, and all the proceeds go to helping other paraplegics come up with or other crippling people have really great ideas, invention ideas, and using them and towards wounded vets. And he's 20 now. So shout out to crippling Drew. I love it. I love when people don't find excuses. They find solutions. You know,
allegedly Erin. I love her. That's the girl who's got cerebral palsy in the wheelchair.
Oh yes, yes. The one that's a freak.
I reach out
that in a good way. I mean that in a good way. She likes to get her freak on.
Oh, she leans in and she is so funny.
She's so funny.
Oh, and I keep trying to reach out to you, girl, to get you on the podcast. But funny. That's when you look at those. Why can't we focus more on those cool stories and what people? And by the way, crippling hot sauce is an awesome name.
Drew's crippling hot sauce. What a great freaking name. And what I love about it too is that he focuses more on taste than he does hotness, right?
Oh, that's good.
So he focuses, and I think that's a great idea, right? Because I think sometimes they focus way too much on hot, and they just want to, it's the hottest shit, and not really flavor. So they really.
He's doing a race. Oh,
is he doing a race as well? Oh shit!
Becky always knows.
Nice, I love that.
Becky's already enrolled. She's going. So.
And this poor kid, I'm out here blowing him up. He doesn't even know if the guy exists. Whatever.
We will now because we're clipping it. We're clipping it. So, we have the Common Ground Grief Center.
Blind. Ran a marathon beside a man that was blind and double amputee. That's crazy.
It's amazing.
He was blind and a double amputee, and he was running.
Oh my God. I feel lazy right now.
I'm such a piece of shit.
I know. And all I'm trying to do is
I'm so fucking lazy.
All I need to do is not eat between now and the next 3 weeks. And he's out there running marathons. I was
fighting about doing legs today. I'm like, fucking shit. Fucking legs. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So funny.
So this week we have some cool stuff coming up. So Thursday we are hosting the Common Ground Grief Center's fundraiser. at Martell's in New Jersey down at the beach.
Point
Pleasant. Thursday at starts at 5:30, ends at 9:30. Tickets are still available. By the way, I realized this from talking to my own friends. A lot of people that we know from the show, ambassadors flying in, family, Bentley, like
Kurt
it's
from
gonna
Bentley.
be awesome.
The clam bake, right?
Yeah, the clam
clam
bake.
bake.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
there
the
it is.
clam bake. Yeah, so that's exciting. People
So this Thursday at Martell's Tiki Bar, 5:30 to 9:30. We will be there, Point Pleasant, helping host. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, I love when they ask us. They're like, "Are you guys comfortable with 2 microphones and talking to people?" And I was like, "We'll be all right."
That request you got from official page 562, that is not me. So everybody go report on TikTok, official page 562, and he can go fuck himself. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Yeah. So, all right. And then outside that, next week, a huge show. You're going to hear us talk about all this week coming up for Father's Day next Tuesday. We have 3 military veterans, a Purple Heart recipient.
2 Purple Hearts. 2
Purple Hearts, service dogs, families. It is going to be, by the way, my favorite episode of all time is still our Father's Day episode with our kids.
Yeah.
But this one is going to be right up there. We're going to be starting early. We're going to be starting at 8 o'clock. And because we're going to have a lot to talk about, and we're going to actually get right into the show. So, which will be great. So lots of great stories, lots of great people coming on. And my gift to Chris for Father's Day is coming together, baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bring the
So wait, I want to go back to that. I want to go back to next week quick. So I really want to emphasize this. So next week, if you have a brother, if you have a son, if you have a father, if you have a friend that you know wants to hear something that's going to help them, if you have somebody that's hurting, I really suggest you watch next week's episode. We have 3 really good, really great men coming on to talk about their experiences as in the service, and to talk about their experiences being home, to talk about their experiences being a father and the struggles they've had to go through to get where they are. And I personally invited them all on because I thought it was very important that we have men come on here and we talk about it. And I show you. I really want to show you. I want to show you all that there's really good men out there that really want to talk about. They really want to talk about their emotions. They really want to talk about how to make a better world. They really want to be present fathers and be better men. Like, these people are doing it. And so I just want to show you again. It's not all men. that there's some really good men out there, right? And there's some really good people. So next week's episode is going to be really good. I really highly suggest, if you have anybody in your family, anybody you know that might be struggling mentally, emotionally, that they tune in next week. And they can see some really, really great, inspirational men talk about their journey through life and how they've survived so far. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, and by the way, Tom, because I spent, we met him, we spent a lot of time talking to him. Not only is he great, but him and his wife and his family, the way that it'll also just build upon what we were talking about, how not only is he an amazing human being, but his wife is amazing. And every time we spoke to them, when we were talking to them at the event, all they did was, both of them talked about how they couldn't have done it without each other. And it just resonates to how much we need each other in this world. So, yeah.
It's going to be good, man. It's going to be really good. Dominic and Tom and Al. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really good. It's going to be a really good experience. I guarantee you're going to see some grown-ass men who are big and strong, fight and cry. If we can see some guys out here shed some tears. So it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I really have a really great feeling about next week's episode.
Oh, it's going to be great. All right. So let's get to some questions. And obviously, as you can imagine, we had a lot of questions that came in about men's mental health and from the standpoint from men. And we had quite a few come in from women talking about their man. So it was great. But this one comes in from Ryan from Idaho. I'm a husband, father, employee, coach, and volunteer. I spend so much time taking care of everyone else's needs that I honestly don't know what I enjoy anymore. Is it normal for men to lose their identity while being responsible for everybody else?
Yeah, just like anybody else.
Yeah,
just like moms lose their identity when they're home with the kids all day and they're working all day and they're taking care of the kids, and the kids move out of the house and they lose their identity. It's 100%. That's why it's so important. That's why even God gave you a rest day. You know, it's so important as you sit back, you reset, and you refocus. And you know, there's I think there's a book. I think it's Successful Now or something like that. But it talks about how, you know, you want to keep holding those things that motivated you from the get-go. Like if you like to read, if you like to watch movies, if you like to work out, there's certain things you like to do. It's very important that throughout your life you make time to do those things, and that way you don't lose yourself.
Yeah, I would say all the things that you rolled off, do you need to do them all? Because at some point we do tend to spread ourselves out too thin. And a good example of it was for me the other day. You know, my wife came downstairs and finally, and you know, we're just so much is going on in a great way, right? We just have so much going on, it's all this good stuff. And she comes downstairs the other day and she goes, "Hey," she goes, "Are you going to come out of the basement anytime soon?" And I was like, yeah, I'm just working, like, you know, just trying to get stuff done, trying to do what people do. And she goes, "You know, Tyler, you know, misses you." And I didn't think about it for like a minute. And I was like, "Oh, it's all cool." And she goes, "No, you need to like think about that." And I stopped for a minute and I looked at what I was actually doing and I go, is it really important for me to be doing this right now? Is it, do I need to be doing this or should I be spending time? So sometimes I think when we have all this stuff on our plate, to Chris's point, are we stopping for a minute and looking what the priority is? I say that about date night all the time. Like we have a amazing ambassador group and we're talking about something and there's like certain nights I'm not available and I just go, look, it's date night. I won't do things on that night because my relationship's important and not feeling like all I do is work is important. So I think for women too, it's the caretaker. Sometimes it's all, if that's your whole identity, you know, talk to your, you know, support group, your husband or whatever it is, and find some time, you know, dump the kids on him and get out the house. Like,
yeah, no, it's important that you make that time for yourselves. You know, that way you don't lose yourself. Shout out to your granddaughter. I saw that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Marcus from Georgia writes in, "My son is becoming a teenager." All right. And I realized I talked to him about success and discipline and sports, but I never talked to him about emotions. How do dads teach emotional strength without raising kids who think they're supposed to hide their feelings?
By talking about it. You know, I think I do a good job of that. I think I you know, so for example, right? If my son gets upset and he gets mad, I try to talk him through the anger. Right. I try to tell him, I understand why you're upset. This is the cause and effect of that, right? Like if you would have did this, you wouldn't be here. Right. So I try to get him to understand where the connection is between the thought, the action, and then the feeling. Right. And I do that because I understand that, you know, for him to be able to control his feelings, especially when his hormones start hitting him, he has to be able to breathe and go back to what made him feel that way before he reacts. Right. That's what the whole thinking before reacting thing is. I'm only really good at that because I was a really good reactor. I wasn't a very good thinker. I was very good at reacting. My mom could vouch for me on that. I learned how to plaster because fucking I would put holes in walls. But you know, it was through time. But I had to learn on my own. I think as a father, if you really want your son to be emotionally stable and aware, then you have to be able to talk about emotions and be able to create that safe place to be able to do that. I know I do it with my kids. I think, right? Yeah, I have to drive you home, so you have to say yes.
Yes.
All right, good.
You need to ride home, right? You hungry later for dinner?
When you get from 30, you say yes right now. I'm an amazing father. No,
he said yes. It'll be great when you hit that age and all of a sudden he wakes up and his voice drops an octave and you go, I got some competition.
Dude, I can tell you exactly. I can literally tell you the first time when Isaiah's voice changed. It literally was Ironman 1 came out.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding you. I know this for a fact because I called him on the phone and I go, "Bro, Ironman Friday, let's go see it, 8:00, man." And he goes, "Oh no, Dad, I got a football game." I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I literally do. I go, "What the fuck just happened?" He goes, "What? What are you talking about?" I was like, "Wait, your balls drop overnight?" I'm like, "Where the fuck did that voice just come from, bro?" I was like, "How did you get him talking like me?" And he starts laughing and shit. It was like overnight. It was Ironman 1. I will never forget that. It's one of those core memories that I'll never forget. That when all of a sudden he sounded like me.
Don't you love what sticks in all those, like the ones that just stick in your head?
Yeah, it was great. I'll never forget. So, "I got football, Dad." I was like, "You got what? Who are you?" What are you smoking? A 12-pack of cigarettes a day? Like, what are you doing?
Oh my God, it's so funny. I still remember the day Tyler was. I would always tell this to new parents. Tyler was turning 4. It was like in this weird age when people are always asking about it, it's like somewhere between 2 and 4. And I'll never forget, he went to bed and he was like, we're talking about making pancakes. And I was like, all right, buddy, we're going to bed. And he said to me, he goes, Daddy, he's like, tomorrow pancakes? And I was like, yeah, buddy, pancakes tomorrow. Goes to bed, wakes up the next day. I go to get him up. He's like, hey, Dad, so we making pancakes in the kitchen? What's going on? I was like, wait, what? What just happened, bro?
What just happened to your voice?
Where did all these words come from? Like, he's like, I was just looking at pterodactyls last night. And I was like, what? Like, they change so quick on you, and it hits you as a parent. It's mind-blowingly awesome.
There's a study, and I'm glad I did this. There's a study that says if you teach your kids about dinosaurs when they're little,
okay,
and how they eat and teach them the actual names, it helps them be more intelligent in school and better with math and everything else.
That's awesome.
I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but I taught him about dinosaurs. What age? I know you do. I know. I used to take it to the freaking museum all the time.
Well, we have to go. I told you we got to go to the fossil park.
Yeah, I know. I still want to go there.
Yeah, so
we got to go there. We have to do that.
I told Reggie because I missed the window of time. Now he doesn't want to go because he's too cool. And I told
why not go? This kid just discovered this biggest freaking dinosaur yet. And then they discovered, you see that? Like this kid in Argentina found this dinosaur bone that's like the largest like freaking walking mammal or whatever the hell it was.
Like
yeah, and then they found this beak of this. I don't know. I'm not a big dinosaur.
Look, I wanted to go to this park so bad that in my shed right now I have waders, like waterproof waders. I got all the gear just to go to the fossil park.
I'm down. We're going to Saturday. We're going.
So Simone writes in from wow. I don't even know what country that is. Martinique? Martinique? Martinique.
Where's that?
Right there. Martinique. Oh.
Martinique?
Martinique. All right.
Avery.
That's Martinique, but I'm gonna roll with that because I guess there's a country I don't know. But I've been dating an incredible man for 5 months, emotionally available, consistent, and ambitious. The problem, he's almost too good, and I'm always waiting for the catch. What does that mean? I know, right? Auditing a healthy relationship for hidden damage. My therapist says it's a trauma response.
Yep.
My gut says it's common sense.
Nope.
How do you learn to trust something good when your past tells you everything comes with the catch?
Okay. Stop it.
It's just the first part.
Stop it. Again, I guess it goes back. This goes back to what I was saying before. Your life is good when you're looking for problems.
Yo, you say it all the time.
I say it all the time. Your life is good when you're looking for problems. He's too perfect. Why is he too perfect? Yeah, Mr. Fry. Fucking, it was fucking great.
That's great.
No, you're looking for problems. Like it shouldn't be like he's perfect. What? And I agree. Everybody does it. Oh, that person, that girl's too perfect. There's got to be something wrong with her. Why are you putting that out in the universe? Why are you looking for something wrong? How about you just go with the flow and see what the fuck happens? And maybe it just might turn out to be the most beautiful thing in the world because you didn't put any negative energy out there. You didn't go looking for a problem. You know what I mean? Here's my thing, right? This is how I truly try to live my life. What's it say?
No, I just like this. Just
trust it. You're not dead. Don't question it. I love that. No, I love that. No, but so here's my thing. I try to go with the simple fact that I'm going to trust the person who wants to hang out with me and wants to see me. And if they don't, then they don't. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to keep going with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep moving and keep forward and trucking. I think people get so lost up into looking for problems that they create their own, and I think sometimes we put that energy out there. Here's the thing. When you say I'm going to be successful and I'm going to do all this and it happens, like, that stuff right there, it shows you that manifestation is real, right? So if I start questioning going, oh, there's something wrong with this person, well, then I'm putting that energy out there, right? Then guess what? I'm going to find something wrong. Something's going to happen because I put that energy out there. I manifested that, right? I mean, we all believe in that shit, right? I mean, I will do. So I'm going to put out there, hey, this person really cares about me and it's going to work. And I'm going to move forward and these things are going to happen. And then, then I did my part. I kept it positive. I kept it free of any negative energy from my past and any trauma. And I'm looking at for a fresh new slate and moving forward, right? I did my part. Now, if that person fucks up and does all this other shit, well, then that's on them. I'm still going to stay true to my core values that eventually is going to work out for me.
Yeah.
I'm
going to say outside the box because I've been in with people in the past and therapy sessions with people that go through this with their childhood trauma. Therapy is amazing to work through issues. Totally get it. But also sometimes what I think it goes back to what I was saying originally, if you find a pattern of you picking people that are remind you of your past or horrible people, sometimes you got to start working on yourself.
Yep.
You got to start figuring out why you're doing it.
Why you're drawing those people in there. Why you're attracted to those people.
Yes.
You know, why? That's a big why.
Yeah. And now you landed a great guy, which is awesome.
Yes.
Which is kudos to you. And now you're freaking out about it. But, if you really stopped and thought to yourself, hey, I've went to therapy. I've learned a lot about myself. I've worked on myself. And now I'm a much better person. I'm making better decisions. That probably is why you met a better man.
Yes.
Yes. So
and listen, it has to be simpler than hair color or eye color or freaking, like, you know what I mean? Like, it has to be a little more difficult than that. You can't be like, well, I dated a guy with blonde hair. I'm going to date a guy with brown hair now. See if that makes a difference in my relationship. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. So don't. You gotta think a little more deeper in that.
It was only that simple. Lorraine from Portland. Portland writes in, my adult son and I had a falling out a year and a half ago, and we barely speak. Every day, I want to reach out, but I'm scared of making it worse. How do you start to repair a relationship with a grown child when you don't even fully understand what broke?
So wait, is a parent with their kid?
Yeah, they had a falling out, and obviously it must be an older child because they're not in the house anymore.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know what happened, but she's afraid to reach out. So they just haven't spoke for a year and a half.
That's terrible.
It's terrible.
That's horrible. It's time you're never going to get back. Time is your precious commodity. I said this to Melinda the other day when we were on the thing, right?
Yeah.
Here's what you have to understand, and this is what you all have to get over. This is your one life. This is it. This is your one play. This is your one audition. This is it. This is your one life, right? So any choice you make, positive, negative, scary, intimidating, those choices that you make only can make you better. It only can help you grow to be the person you want to be. If you don't make those choices, if you don't take those hard choices, then you stay stagnant where you're at. Here's the thing. You could do something like me. Like, I could go on stage. I could go do a photo shoot. I could go do something outside of my comfort zone, right? I do it all the time. And I do it with fun. Because I realize if I make an ass out of myself, if I look stupid, who really cares? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, after, I shouldn't say now. Let's say 5 or 10 years after I pass, after I'm long gone and in the grave, right? Nobody's going to remember those things. Nobody's going to remember if I fucked up. Nobody's going to remember if I made a mistake. Nobody's going to remember if I made a fool out of myself. Nobody's going to remember if I was successful. It all depends on me right now. What kind of memories do I want to make? What kind of life do I want to lead? So when I say this to you, that you should reach out to your daughter, you should do the hard thing. You should talk to your kid. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's your daughter. Maybe it's a son. You should reach out to your child and do the hard thing. I'm telling you, because the only option that you have if you don't is regret. That's it. That's it. That's the only bad thing that'll happen. If you don't do it, you'll regret it. And then you always wonder why. If you do it and things don't work out the way you thought they would, at least you tried. At least you made an effort, right? You made you laid those foundations to make something better. It's up to the other person, but at least you tried. But again, this is your one life, man. This is it. So this is your trial. This is your chance to be the parent that you want to be, make amends, and make things better. But you have to make that choice. Just like if you have a job that you want to go try, or if there's an activity you want to go do, and you're scared to go do it, if you're afraid to go talk to that person because you're afraid of how they're going to react, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Because at the end of the day, man, at least you tried. That's how I look at every opportunity I get. Every opportunity I get and I try and I throw things down, I get turned down and I get rejected. At least I tried. You know what I mean? At least I made an effort. Like at least I tried to do something different. At least I tried to make something happen. Not many people can say they did that, right? And I want to be able to say I tried. I made a difference. So definitely reach out. Definitely try to talk to them. Definitely try to make amends. And if we can, and don't live with regret.
We had two situations in our, with the people we work with. One, to your point, was Melinda. Yeah. And she's always, which is great, but we were talking to her about something, and there was an incident, and she didn't know what happened, and she was asking me about it, and she'd asked me if I was ever in a situation where someone close to me gets really angry and I can't figure out why, and I said yes. I said I've been in that situation before, and I said so the best thing that you can do is just when they say something mean to you or they push back against you, I just want you to walk up to the person and just give them a hug and say, hey, I don't know what's going on, but I love you. And if you want to talk about it, I'm here. And I know it sounds crazy. And then she did it. And literally like a few hours later, he came walking in the kitchen and was like, hey, and then started talking about the issue was. So don't think that you need to call or text anything crazy. You could just send a, hey, I miss you. I love you. And whatever is going on, I'd like to talk about, and just put it out there, right? You don't need to know right away, but maybe there's something you don't know. And that little bit of, just like you always say, just give somebody a hug. Maybe that's what you could do.
Yeah.
And then the other person, I didn't tell you about this yet, but another one was crazy. They found out they had a half sister, and they're into their 60s, and just dropped a bomb on the family yesterday. So the whole thing came up of, should I send a message?
Yes.
And it was back and forth. And I said, look, send it. Now you can't have thoughts of what the outcome is going to be. But if you don't, to your point, you're going to live with regret. And that's worse because you're never going to know.
Yeah.
So
now that doesn't go for all things. I'm going to say this right now. This doesn't go for all things. If you broke up with somebody and you're broken up with somebody and you haven't talked to them in a long time and you feel like you should reach out, sometimes let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah. You just missed the dick.
Yeah.
You can't.
Somebody just said I have a lot of hot air. I appreciate the fact you said I was hot. Thank you.
Yeah. So the air around him is radiating heat.
Somebody goes, you have a lot of hot air. At least it's hot air.
Yeah, right. Your air is sexy.
So hot.
Hank from the Netherlands. My wife bought a device that is frankly better at my job than me. It's quieter. It doesn't need a snack, and it's never asked once, was that good for you? How do I stop feeling this way about being replaced by a battery-powered overachiever? Or am I just looking at this all wrong, guys? You're looking at it all wrong.
You're looking at it wrong.
Get in there. Help out. Get some batteries. For a joke, just do this. I mean, look, the show starts because my ex stole my toothbrush and found it under the bed. And I could have been mad about it, but I'd said to her, if you want something better, we could buy it.
Yeah. I think it's good to explore things, good to have fun, keep it alive, and keep it, I don't think you should get threatened by that, it's not like the only thing is she starts using it more than having sex with you. She starts that's my only thing. Like the only problem with a woman who uses one of those all the time, they start getting this only way they can get off, right? And then it's kind of like, it kind of makes the guy feel he's replaced. So you got to find a good balance. But I don't think you should be threatened by it. I think you should just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Like if you're put yourself in her position. If you were a female and you had a bunch of toys, would you not want to play? You would. Who that's
yeah, but it's true though.
It's a $36 billion industry year, if we get franchise, women are buying that stuff left and right. So you need to let it go and get over it.
But then but then I wonder how, and I know this is like a kind of an offshoot of it, but then I wonder how many times do you jerk off a porn? But you don't equate that to the same thing.
That's
but
true.
It is, right?
It's true. It is the same thing. Yeah.
It's the same thing. Yeah. So what's the difference really, right?
Yeah.
I look, and by the way, I've never in my whole life met anybody who was honest with me and was like, my girlfriend uses the vibrator so much that it's all like 24/7. It's just that doesn't really happen. And if it does, I mean, right into the show.
Somebody just asked a important question. They asked, "Are you a relationship advisor?"
Oh,
not only a relationship advisor, we are award-winning. Award-winning relationship advice.
Oh, that would be what they know in the lexicon as expert.
Expert. Thank you.
It's not like there's an award behind you or anything,
Well, there's new ones coming. I saw that they're done and they're being shipped. So the relationship expert ones are coming in soon. So yeah, I love battery-powered overachiever. By the way, what happens when the batteries die mid-thing and then you're screwed, right? You need a guy there to help out.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Right there, when you hear the batteries die.
I suggest for you, bro, you get one of those ones that have a remote so that way you control the fun.
Yeah.
That way you don't feel so threatened. Make a game out of it. I
don't know why this deserves to be on a t-shirt. Battery-powered overachiever.
I love that.
I do like that. I do like that battery-powered overachiever.
If you want it just for fun, buy a really big one that you'll never use and just put it as a gift and be like, I care about you.
You think she won't use it. She'll take it as a challenge. She's like,
yes. She's like, oh, thank you.
I'm going to get that big fucker. So bad.
Sandra from South Carolina writes in, my last kid just left for college and the house is so quiet. I don't even recognize my own life. I spent 22 years being a mom. Now I don't know who I am without it. Where does a woman even start rebuilding after her identity after 52. Do you guys have any idea what it's like to be an empty nester? Did Chris have this experience with Isaiah?
Yeah, yes and no. You know, I didn't, right? Because at the same point in time that Isaiah went off to college and he went off to go do all that stuff, I had Avery. And Avery was just a baby. He was just a little guy. So I didn't get really a chance to get that empty nester thing, thank God. I'm sure when Avery goes off and does his thing when he's older, I'm going to be all different. Yeah, well, dude, like it's perfect. Shows how pathetic I am, right? Let's talk about me being a strong man. So he goes out to a birthday party Saturday, right? Now for 11 years, this is the guys on the street. For 11 years, it has been me and him. Yeah, I mean, freaking, it is. You know, it's just been me and him. Like I don't give him to a babysitter. I don't fucking. You know, when the weekends I had him, I don't go out. I don't leave him with anybody. It's me and him. For 6 years, I dated nobody. I had him every weekend. I dated nobody. Freaking, and I would just spend my time with him because I know eventually he's not going to want to spend time with me. You know what I mean? So I was trying to take advantage of as much as I possibly could, right? So he goes to a birthday party Saturday, right? And I think I'm taking him. I think I'm driving him there. So I get all dressed up and all niced up, and I'm like, I'm going to go meet everybody. And fucking, I next thing you know, he comes over, he goes, oh, Dad, they're picking me up in 2 minutes. I'm like, wait, what? He said, they're picking me up in 2 minutes. And they came and picked him up. I was like, okay, all right. Well, now I'm all dressed up. I got nowhere to go. What am I going to do? I was like, all right, freaking. So like now I'm sitting in my house and I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I going to do? I was like, you know what? I'm going to order pizza. I'm going to eat pizza. I'm going to get a salmon salad too. So that way I get my protein first. I'm going to eat that first, so I don't eat too many pieces of pizza because I haven't had pizza in like 3 months.
That's good,
I was like, freaking. So I'm gonna get 3 pieces of pizza, and then I'm gonna eat a gummy and I'm gonna play video games. That's what I'm gonna do.
By the way,
so freaking.
I knew. I was like, as soon as the story started, I go, Black Myth will God.
Yeah. So freaking. So I'm sitting there playing video games, and then and I'm doing my thing. I'm playing video games. I got my pizza. I ate my salad already.
So happy.
I'm in my dude world, right? An hour goes by. I look at the clock and I'm like, it's been an hour. All right. Go back to playing the game. Eat a couple more slices of pizza. Again, all right. It's been 2 hours. So I wonder if you call him. I wonder if you text him see if he's all right. Right? I wonder what he's doing. Alone. Right? I wonder what he's doing. What time's he going to be home? Right? And I start. So then 3 hours go by. And I'm like, all right. It's like 8:30. Like, maybe he should be home by now. Like fucking, like maybe I should call him. And then Alexis called me and she was on the phone with me and she's like, I was like, should I call him? She's like, no, leave him alone. I'm like, well, he's only 11. Like I want to know, like and she's like, no, leave him alone. So finally, like 9:15 hits. I'm like, fuck it, I'm fucking texting it. So I text him. I'm like, yo, bro, how you doing? He's like, good. He's like, good. I'm like, all right, you having fun? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm playing. I think it was dodgeball or something, right? You were playing freaking, right? So freaking, what was it? Butt ball. I don't know what that is. Oh, you have to hit him in the butt. That's great. Freaking. So yeah. So I was kind of freaking out. So I understand your empty nest syndrome, right? And it's one of the things I think about as I get older. Like what am I going to do when I'm not just dad anymore, right? But what I do is, and I make sure I do this, is I've already created steps for like businesses, and I created things that keep me going, and that I will have that'll keep me occupied, and that are mine, that are 100% my identity and who I am, and not just Chris the father. Right. I'm also Chris the businessman, and Chris is the entrepreneur, the Chris who likes to work out and most other things. So for you to find yourself at 50, just listen, you got to look at it this way. Stop looking about how much you miss them and look at the time you get to know you now and how exciting that is, right? How exciting is to get to know you at 52? That you get to know who you are and get to identify with what you love and get to actually spend time getting to know you in these later parts of years. I think it's a gift. I think it's something that we overlook. We get so wrapped up being parents and being providers and all this stuff that you forget that now you're at a certain time in your life that you actually get to know you. And that's a gift. That is an absolute 100% gift. There's Eric. Yes, Eric, I know you took him to the outlets with you. Yeah.
Look, well, only reason we have any part of that now is because, to your point, me and you talk about all the time, it didn't matter what was going on. If the weekend was him, nothing. That was it. Oh, can't you have someone watch it? No. It's my time with him. But now he's never home.
Yeah.
And it is oddly weird. Like every weekend, my wife is just like, oh, like what's Tyler doing? And I'm like, or like, what's he up to? And now we found, and we have to get better because we were talking about, because there's not a lot of these left, just to lock him down into like, hey, buddy, just once a week, can we get a family dinner? Just because it's starting to get to the point where like he's gone for 3 days or 4 days or sleeping out or going here. And you're like, here it comes. This is where it's like, and then we're just sitting there going.
That's what I was thinking about. I was like, he's like, I'm going to friend Peter's house, it lives right on the road. He's going there and I'm like, wow, here it's beginning. It's beginning.
Friends.
It's beginning this. Now he's going to have his own life. He's going to have his own little thing that he's doing, which is great.
Which is amazing.
You know what I mean? I think that's what being a parent's all about. It's not about making them codependent on you and making it about you. Your job, 100%, your job is to make them independent.
Yeah.
Is to make them self-providing. You know what I mean? And that's what you do. That's what you do. And then when that happens, if they're taking care of themselves and they're doing the right thing, yes, it's sad because it's a change, but it's also a badge of honor that you did a great job as a parent. And you should wear that fucker proud.
Yeah, all you'll just do is just drop him off and come here because I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, right. Me and Tony just have more time hanging out.
That's it. It's
like,
all
Tony,
it really is.
Should I call him? Be like, no, leave him alone.
Be like, and if he calls you, he's like, Dad, you coming to get me? Like, nah, I'm busy.
Busy.
I'm hanging out with my friend. All right, we only got about 2 questions left as we wrap things up. So Alvaro from Spain.
Spain.
So we had with 2 really great guy questions. Kind of brings it home for what we're talking about.
¿Cómo está, señorita? Señorita. I don't know what that was. I just felt like doing that.
My wife says, I almost just rolled to the base like, oh, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. You too? It's like the standard Spanish.
Yes.
My wife says I'm a great provider, but I'm a distant husband. I always thought providing was love. Mm-hmm. Now I'm learning it's not enough. And honestly, I don't know how to be the other kind of husband. Where does a man start? I would tell you right away that here's the problem in that statement. You're not learning that providing is not enough. That's not what that is. It's just our love languages are different. We talked about this a while ago, and this is what I would tell you as a husband. It's not that it's not enough. It's definitely warranted and appreciated. But what it is it's the conversations he's asked for are so easy. We were talking about this when someone asked us one time about why providing wasn't enough for someone to let them know they love them. And me and you were like, well, just tell her she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a huge.
Overcomplicate it. Yeah.
Don't overcomplicate
Don't overcomplicate it. Yeah. I mean, you just have to freaking, you literally just have to, put your arm around her. As much as women complicate things, men do too.
A lot of these questions we always talk about.
You overcomplicate them.
Yeah.
Like it's not that we are basic. You got to think about it like from a child standpoint, right? From how you were showing love, how or how you've loved your child, right? That same hug that you got from your mother or your father, or you should have got, and and you wish you had, is something that you even if you never had that hug, that is something internally how to do. It's not something that's rocket science. It is just human nature. So you just have to connect to that inner feeling. We're like, all right, like when that thought comes into your head, should I tell her she's beautiful today? Yes. Should I do something a little extra around the house today to show that I care? Get her flowers, the answer, yes. Anytime you have those thoughts that maybe I should do this, the answer is yes. It goes back to I can't say this enough. Yeah. It goes back to the gym. Full circle, Crystal David, right? It goes back to the gym. When you ask yourself, should I go do more weight? The answer is yes. Should I do more reps? The answer is yes. Should I do more cardio? The answer is yes. Because anytime you're asking yourself, that's your inner voice telling you what you should do. So if that inner voice is saying, hey, maybe you should pick up my wife's favorite dinner on the way home. Or maybe I should, see what, maybe I should ask her what kind of shoes she likes or what kind of dress she likes and take her out somewhere fancy and surprise her with those little gestures right there go immensely. And I'll tell you what even goes more immensely. Making eye contact and be like, hey, I love you and I appreciate you. That right there is $1 million win right there. 100% $1 million win. Making that eye contact, taking a second where they pause and whatever they're doing and go, hey, I just want to tell you I love you and I appreciate you. That'll fucking get you massive points right there. You know what I mean? So just that little bit right there makes a huge fucking difference.
Get you laid, bro.
Get you laid.
Yeah.
Get you that BJ. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it will. We're not kidding. So no, here's the other way to look at it too, and and you're right. I love it will get you a blowjob.
I like how we've been sensitive this whole time. We just brought it back around.
Like, with no teeth. So no, look, it's funny that first off, it really is amazing how we all do it. We overcomplicate things, and really the answer's right in front of us.
Yes.
But there's two things I'd tell you. One, your kids, right? You don't go to work and that's how your kids know you love them, right? You got to tell your kids you love them and you give them hugs, right? So why would your wife be any different? And the other thing, this is a big one I learned, and this is difficult for people to swallow, but I think it was a game changer for me. I stopped thinking that I was providing for her or I was providing for the kids or I was doing all these things for other people. And when I started understanding, which made me a better person, was I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'm doing all those things because I want to be a great dad.
Be doing them anyway.
Yeah. I do them anyways.
Like you do them anyway.
So it's not, you're not providing for your wife. You're providing because that's who you want to be. So if you always think that you're doing it because who you want to become, then it takes the pressure off the other things that are important, right? So just think about that. That's all.
I love how the people say good advice is never go to bed angry. That's
the worst.
It's such an unrealistic expectation.
Oh, so unrealistic.
Such an unrealistic expectation. Don't tell me you can't go to bed. Because sometimes, and this is the guy's honest truth, sometimes it's better to shut your fucking mouth and be separated for a little bit.
Yeah,
not separated.
Space.
But give yourself a little space, go to bed, sleep on it. And I guarantee when you get up in the morning, you realize it's not that bad. And the conversation wasn't that deep.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, Roadhead's good.
Yeah, there you go.
But you realize the conversation wasn't that fucking deep. Like, you know what I mean? That whatever you're angry about wasn't that fucking important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you can't say you can't go to bed angry. It's unrealistic expectation.
I went to Raymore Flanagan to buy with Tyler's mom, and we were buying furniture for our first apartment together. Yeah. And they're doing all things. So this guy comes out. I'll never was one of the only things you burn your head. And I'm laying on the couch, and the guy's like, he's like, oh, it's nice. He goes, yeah, it's not a sofa pull-out couch. He's like, why are you sitting on it? I go, buddy, there'll be multiple times I sleep on this thing.
Yeah, right. You're right.
So I'm just making sure it is fucking comfortable.
I think it's sometimes it's really good to have that space to come back and talk, right? Sometimes not all conversations need to be finished at that moment.
No.
Sometimes it's better to take a breather and go, whew, I need to check out for this and understand it. So that way I can hear you too. Because sometimes emotions arise really quick and you stop listening. And you're like, raw, and you listen to a fight and you don't listen to understand. So sometimes it's better to come back to the conversation and not. So going to bed angry is okay. Not talking about it is not okay eventually, right?
Last question of the evening is to bring it home. Greg from Denver, Colorado.
So Colorado, I love Colorado.
All right, this is a good one to end the show on. My wife says I never open up, but every time I try, it comes out wrong or I shut down. I want to let her in. I don't have the practice. How does a man who was raised to handle it actually learn to share?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think the fact that you think you're getting told that you're not talking about it right is on her. That's not giving you a free space to talk about it. Like, forget. So what? He's saying it, and she's telling him he's wrong.
He's saying he's trying. He says when he tries, either comes out wrong or he shuts down. So it sounds like a little bit of both of them. Yeah.
So here's the thing: you can't tell a man that's trying to open up to you that he's saying it wrong.
Yeah, that's a good.
You can't sit there and say, like, he's trying to talk to you, he's trying to explain something to you, and you're like, well, you're just telling me you're not saying it the right way. You can't say that. That's just such an immature thing to say. That's like me saying to you when you're talking to me that your voice is too high. I don't understand what you're saying because your voice is too high. It's not relating to me because your voice is too high. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. It's not his job to better explain it. It's your job to better understand it equally. Just vice versa. It's not your job for me to better understand what you're saying. It's for my job to better understand how you're saying it, right? Yes, sometimes things are taken the wrong way and out of context. 100%. But you have to go back to why it was taken out of context. And then, again, I will always say this is the most important thing out of any conversation to have. What's the intention? What's the intention of the conversation? Is it to put the person down? Is it to argue with the person? Or is it really truly to understand where they're coming from and try to move together forward? So before you start an argument or before you decide you're going to sit in an argument, understand and the intention behind the argument. You know, I think that a good way to make sure you don't escalate the argument is literally say that exact quote. What's the intention behind this? Where are we trying to go with this conversation? So that way you can understand whether or not it needs to be escalated or not, right? So I think sometimes better understanding the intention of the conversation is the best way to go move forward in the conversation.
And with that
was good shit, right?
It was a good shit. Intentions always like,
Intentions
you know,
always
there's
good.
no, you know, talk about.
Thing.
All right, so as we bring the show to a close, first off, how did we do today, Christian? It looked like we had some good comments today.
We did good, guys. We did real good.
Oh, good. I'm glad we did. Well, I'm glad you're going to be back with us next week. It's going to be a hell of a show. I think what we'll do is, well, I'm going to have you come early and we're going to add some stuff to the soundboard. Maybe we'll do some fun stuff, so we'll talk about it. Outside that, on my end, a couple of things just real quick.
We're starting early next week, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. We're starting 8 o'clock next week.
8 o'clock next week.
8 o'clock. We're starting at 8 o'clock, just so everybody knows. First off, shout out to the Common Ground Grief Center. This is their album Sinking, and we're so excited. We got into this podcast space to be honest, to help people and grow the community and be involved in these two things. And this month is so amazing with the people we're meeting, coming on the show, things we're representing. We also have the Dad Bod thing that we're hosting with Al coming up in June, which is great. It's just an opportunity for celebrating kids and families and fitness and a great event as well. And, Ben Rose is, Ben's coming through from Kapala. It's going to be amazing to do an evolution of man. Masculinity campaign. So
redefining what a man is to be a man.
That's
2026.
Right. Excited about that. And so lots of great things to come. Also, I just want to give a shout out. And I feel so horrible that I cannot remember for the life of me who sent this in. But I tell you guys all the time, if you send album covers in, we will swap them out on the wall. So I have to go back and get the card. But this one,
Stevie Ray
Vaughan, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Way to throw that in. So I will give you, I got to go back and find the card, but I just want to give a shout out because people send these in and we really appreciate them. So if you have a favorite band, if you got a favorite album cover that you want to go up on the wall, we will replace them and put them up there. So that's awesome. But from my end of it, this month is just truly a blessing. So many great opportunities. We're getting out there. We're getting in front of more people. We're getting on podcasts. We're hosting things. It won't be long before you find out, Chris is going to be starring in some movie and the community grows and all these things are great. They're happening, but they only happen because of you guys, because you guys show up every Tuesday. You like, you share, you subscribe, you vote for us, you cheer us on. The Signal Awards voting is the contest is coming to a start pretty soon. So we're submitting episodes.
Are we in that again?
Yeah, damn straight we are.
Fuck
so
we're in the Signal Awards again.
We are.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
We told them last year we want to be repeat champs, baby.
There you go, bro.
So it'd be interesting to see how they categorize us this year. Now that we're kind of like just crushing categories all over. Yeah, we're established show, and we've had guests. We don't get dinged now to just maybe we go all gold.
We had a donut daddy.
Multiple gold. So. But with all that being said, I just always want to say how much I appreciate you guys and support you. Coming in July, we've been working on it. We've been working tirelessly. We are going to have an opportunity to open up the community to more people. We'll be looking at how you can join us, webinars and coaching seminars, and the membership group will get bigger. We'll be doing extra episodes, all kinds of stuff as we finish out the back half of the year. And with that, you'll see us probably in front of a lot of campaigns and stuff to come. So lots of exciting stuff, but it's all because of you as always. So thank you. And as always, as we bring the show to a close, the man in command himself, Mr. Christopher David.
That was amazing.
Great show.
That was a great show, right?
Great show.
Great show. I love that we did good. I think we all did amazing today. I have to tell you that yes, the show is going to grow and we are going to go on the road.
Yes,
100%. That's going to be something that's going to happen because you guys are going to make sure it happens, right? It just goes back to that manifesting thing, right? You guys have to go to YouTube. You have to go to my Instagram page, like, share, subscribe, follow, do all that stuff, man. Get it going. And if you missed this episode, don't worry, because as soon as we're done with it, it's going to go live on YouTube and all those things, Spotify, the whole nine. I want to give a shout out to Kurt for Bentley. Can't wait to see you Thursday. Shout out to Eric and Pete and to Mike Schmilo, the owner of the VO Spa. To everybody who's coming out on June 11th. Again, June 11th, we will be at Point Pleasant, New Jersey at Martell's Tiki Bar from 5:30 to 9:30. If you want to come out and support a great cause, Common Ground, it is a great cause. Again, it's a grief organization to help kids who've lost siblings, who have lost family members, something that we all go through and we can relate to. So we're going to step up and be there for those kids Thursday, which is amazing. So happy to be a part of that. June 28th, we have the Belmar Beach Pod competition. Tony's in that, which is going to be amazing. I just got flagged. I don't know why I got flagged. It's crazy. But yeah, so we'll be doing that on June 28th. So if you want to come and see us in Belmar, New Jersey, we'll do that. And then, yeah, just keep your eyes out. Hardcore Synergy's coming out. If you want to sign up for hardcoresynergy.fit, you can send an email to hardcoresynergy.fit. The cookbook is done. We are going to be launching that soon, exciting. Very, very soon. All the paperwork's finally done on that. So that's going to be coming out soon. So keep an eye out for the Best in You cookbook and the Best in You cooking show. And we're going to spend the next 2 months blowing things out of the water. So keep your eyes open, and we're going to make some great things happen. Again, thank you to all of you for all your love and support. We can't tell you enough. We can't do it without you. So thank you guys very much for being a part of our lives and letting us be a part of your lives. And again, next Tuesday, I can't emphasize this enough, the Father's Day episode, we're going to have 3 good fathers here, 3 good examples of men who have overcome adversity, who have been not only overcome it, but have thrived from it, and have set the example for good fathers and good men and raising good kids. And thank you guys for being patient with us and actually listening to what we have to say, and actually listening with open ears and open heart. Because again, it's not about us; it's about we change the world together, and we can't do it without you. So, yeah, as always, man, I believe in you. Say it together. We believe in you. We believe in the best of you. And the world is a better place because you're here. Woo! That is Advice Unfiltered, episode 20. Woo!
Wait, hold on. We need one. Wait, hold on.
Wait, Avery, come here. We need one more.
We need one here.
Get right here, bro.
Gotta say it.
Get right here.
That's the camera right
there.
Tell him.
Write this camera back down. Tell him. Look at the camera right there. Tell him. What do you say? Buy the merch. Go to the merch store. Buy the merch.
There you go, baby.
Boom.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
There's a crack in the mirror staring back at me, a little more gray where the black used to be. I've been working these hands down to the bone, making damn sure my family never feels alone. Got a smile for the world, got a storm inside. I learned a long time ago how to swallow my pride. Everybody needs something, everybody needs me, but nobody asks if there's anything I need. So I bite my tongue and I hold that line. Yeah, I wear these scars like they're medals of mine. I'll carry this weight till I'm buried, stand in the rain when it's cold and I'm weary. Be the shoulder, be the rock, be the man they all need, even when the world forgets about me. Still thinks I'm 10 feet tall, like I'm Superman, so I can't fall. So I wipe off the dirt, put the armor back on, pray, learn strength without learning my wrongs. Lost a couple good men that I thought would stay. I'm friends with the darkness that took them away. The names hit me hard when the night gets still. Numb the pain of life with those same pills. Cause we're told, be strong, but don't be too tough. Show your feelings, son, but don't show too much. I'll carry this weight till I'm buried. Stand in the rain when it's cold and I'm weary. Be the shoulder, be the rock, be the man they all need. Even when the world forgets about me, I'll fight these demons nobody sees. Keep showing up when I'm down on my knees. For my friends, for my kids, for the life that I lead. I'll carry this weight till I'm buried. Yeah. Some nights will break when nobody knows. Behind closed doors when nobody goes. The strongest men cry when nobody's around, but we keep getting up when we're beaten down. Same old scars underneath different names. Different faces fighting through the same pain. Holding on, letting go feels right. Just trying to make it through another night. I'll carry this weight till I'm buried. Stand in the rain when it's cold and I'm weary. Be the shoulder, be the rock, be the man they all need. Even when the world forgets about me, I'll fight these demons nobody sees. Keep showing up when I'm down on my knees. For my friends, for my kids, for the life that I lead. I'll carry this weight till I'm buried.